The Silent Witness, a neighbor's secret. On the morning of September 12, 2023, the quiet town of Willow Creek, Ohio, was shaken by a tragedy that would unravel a web of secrets, lies, and betrayal. In a modest two-story home on Maple Lane, 34-year-old Clara Bennett, a beloved schoolteacher and single mother, was found dead in her living room. The scene was eerily calm, a half-empty cup of tea on the coffee table, a book splayed open on the couch, and Clara herself lying peacefully on the floor as if she had simply fallen asleep. But the single gunshot wound in her chest told a different story. The official narrative was quick to take shape. Clara's death was ruled a suicide, a conclusion based on the absence of forced entry, the gun found in her hand, and a hastily scribbled note that read, "I can't do this anymore." To the authorities, it seemed like an open-end shut case. But to those who knew Clara, the explanation felt hollow, almost insulting. Clara was an embodiment of resilience, a woman who had fought tirelessly to build a life for herself and her 10-year-old daughter, Lily. She had just been promoted to head of the English department at Willow Creek High School and had been planning a weekend getaway with Lily. Suicide? It didn't add up as the days turned into weeks. Whispers of doubt began to spread through the community. Clara's best friend, Rachel, was the first to voice her suspicions. Clara would never leave Lily like that, she insisted. She was the strongest person I knew. Rachel's words struck a chord with others who had known Clara, and soon a grassroots effort to uncover the truth began to take shape. At the center of the mystery was Clara's neighbor, 42-year-old Marcus Reed, a reclusive man with a troubled past. Marcus had lived next door to Clara for 5 years, and while the two had never been close, they had exchanged polite greetings over the years. But in the weeks leading up to Clara's death, neighbors reported hearing raised voices coming from Clara's home late at night. One neighbor even claimed to have seen Marcus leaving Clara's house in the early hours of the morning on the day she died. When questioned by police, Marcus denied any involvement in Clara's death. He claimed he had been home alone all night and had no reason to harm Clara. But as investigators dug deeper, cracks began to appear in his alibi. Security footage from a nearby gas station placed Marcus's car just blocks away from Clara's home at 2:17 a.m., the estimated time of death. Even more damning was the discovery of a set of fingerprints on the gun that didn't match Clara's. The case took a dramatic turn when Lily, Clara's daughter, shared a chilling detail with investigators. She recalled waking up to the sound of her mother arguing with someone in the living room. "I heard her say, 'Leave us alone,'" Lily whispered. Then there was a loud bang, and everything went quiet. Armed with this new information, Clara's family and friends launched a campaign to reopen the case. They filed petitions, organized vigils, and used social media to draw attention to the inconsistencies in the official narrative. Their efforts paid off when a judge agreed to re-examine the evidence. A forensic analysis revealed startling new details. The gunshot residue on Clara's hands was inconsistent with someone who had fired a gun. Instead, it suggested that the weapon had been placed in her hand after her death. The suicide note, once considered a key piece of evidence, was also called into question. Handwriting experts determined that the note had been forged, a clumsy attempt to mimic Clara's handwriting. As the evidence mounted, Marcus Reed became the prime suspect. Investigators uncovered a history of harassment and stalking in his past, including a restraining order filed by an ex-girlfriend. They also discovered a series of threatening text messages sent from Marcus's phone to Clara in the weeks leading up to her death. The case reached its climax during Marcus's trial, where the prosecution presented a compelling narrative of premeditated murder. They argued that Marcus had become obsessed with Clara after she rejected his advances and had staged her death to look like a suicide. The jury deliberated for 3 days before delivering a guilty verdict. Marcus Reed was sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole. For Clara's family and friends, the verdict was a bittersweet victory. While it brought a measure of closure, it couldn't erase the pain of losing someone so beloved. Clara's legacy, however, lives on through Lily, who has become an advocate for victims of domestic violence, and through the Clara Bennett Memorial Scholarship, which helps single parents pursue their dreams of higher education. The case of Clara Bennett serves as a haunting reminder of the fragility of life and the importance of seeking justice, no matter how long it takes. It's a story of love, loss, and the unyielding determination of a community to uncover the truth. And while the scars of this tragedy may never fully heal, Clara's memory continues to inspire those who knew her to fight for a better, more just world.